Hi there, welcome to our September flat lay challenge. I know it's October, we're running a little bit late, but we're getting there. This month we are doing a desktop mockup with a bonus challenge on how to create shadows in Canva. And I'll explain in that challenge video and also in the challenge notes why shadows are so important, drop shadows are so important. Before we start, I just want to introduce myself because I don't think I have, and that's not really very polite. So firstly, I'm Jo, and I'm a graphic designer. I've been an independent designer for 21 years this year. I have a design business, and DIY design is a part of that business where I help my clients and other business owners who aren't my clients create their own designs and become their own designers, so they can have designs on hand when they need them and they don't need to wait for a designer to produce work for them. All right, so my sister manages DIY Designers, a Facebook group with me. Her name's Vic. She is in New Zealand. Here's a picture of the two of us. This is the best recent picture I can find of us. She's been there for 10 years. We don't get to see each other very often. We're both a bit nuts, so I thought this image would be cool and give everyone a laugh. This was taken when she visited last. So that's Vic there, and this is myself here. So I want to get into this challenge quickly because there's quite a lot to go through and I don't want to take up too much of your time. So there are challenge notes. With this, you would have received the link for this video from those challenge notes, and you would have also received your images for this challenge. There are 22 images there, including 2 backgrounds. They're all transparent PNGs that you will need to upload to Canva if that's what you're using. Another thing that is quite important is I have changed the Instagram hashtag for my challenges. Instead of just being hashtag #flatlayschool, I have changed them to hashtag #digitalflatlayschool because flatlay school is quite wide. Other people are using it and it pertains to general normal photographic flat lays as well as digital flat lays. I want to isolate digital flat lays on social media so people know that these were created digitally and not with the camera. So when you share your designs on Instagram, please use the hashtag #digitalflatlayschool. You can see I actually haven't changed it here, so just ignore that. That's naughty. All right. So before we get stuck in, I just need to reiterate that these challenges will not teach you how to use Canva. They will teach you how to create designs in Canva. If you don't know how to use Canva, Canva has loads of free tutorials you can go and try out to practice. This also uses the free desktop version of Canva. You can't do these. Most of the stuff you can't do on the mobile app on your phone. Some you can do on your iPad or your tablet, but ideally you need to be using your laptop or your desktop computer. And these are all done in the free version of Canva. Okay. You can use other programs. You don't have to use Canva. I'm just using Canva because most of my followers are using it, and Photoshop is a bit more complicated, and some of the other programs are a bit more complicated. You can do the same sort of thing in PowerPoint, or there's other free platforms, PicMonkey, Inkscape. So if Canva is too simple for you, there are other more complex free programs that you can use, but we're not going into those now. So let's get started. Firstly, I just want to run through the purpose of a desktop mockup. What can you do with this sort of design? Why would you want to create one? It's a way to tell a story about a specific thing in your business that you want to promote. For example, I'm promoting this challenge. This is my challenge graphic, and I've used the same graphic across Instagram, my Facebook, and in the email that you received for this challenge download. And I'll probably put it up on Pinterest afterwards as well. So the way to use it is to pick a theme for the month and focus your images around that monthly theme, whether it's to promote a blog post or a new product that you're bringing out, or a challenge or an ebook. I'm sure that there are many things in your business that you could promote, that you could use these for. Probably the most prolific use of this sort of thing is for inspirational quotes. So those are quite popular on Facebook and Instagram, and the nicer yours look and the more different they look to other people's quotes, the higher the chances of people actually reading them. So you can create your own custom mock-up designs for your own inspirational quotes. The first step to creating one of these desktop mock-ups is to plan your design. So I'm not going into great detail on how to do that. If you want to know how to do that, I have a blog post on my website called, I think it's called The One Thing, and it explains in detail how to plan a design. Basically what you're doing is you're drawing up your design onto a blank sheet of paper or into your notebook beforehand so that you know exactly what you're doing before you open your program. Otherwise you might sit and fiddle for hours and not actually come up with your final design that works. You draw up on a piece of paper your main focus area and the items that you're going to use in that area. And also you need to be quite clear about what you're going to use it for. Are you creating a Facebook post? Are you creating a blog hero banner? Are you creating an email banner? Are you creating all of them? Which one are you going to start with? And then you can create the others from there. But you need to start with one of those so that you know what layout you need to use in Canva. So basically you'll start with your focus object, which will be the main purpose of your design, and then you will arrange your other objects around that. So try not to put too many objects on the page. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I've got 7 here, which is quite a lot. I wouldn't put more than that. Obviously they need to be balanced and well positioned so that they work together across the design, and there's your eye, they bring your eye to the center of the design. I'll show you a few others that I have put together. Here's a more minimalist one. This just showcases my blog post on my website, and there's only 4 elements around here, so it's quite simple, quite minimalist, but they are balanced. This one is a little bit different. I've used a plain color split background, and once again it does work. That balances those out. This gives a bit of heaviness down here, but it still brings the eye towards the central image, which is a product photo. Then we have this one, which is the one we're going to create in Canva today. The reason we're creating this is because it has text overlays and it has layered images and duplicated images here. So I thought that would be a good one to replicate in Canva. So this one is to showcase an inspirational quote. Then lastly, here's another inspirational quote layout. Similar, different colors. You can use your branding. I've used fairly neutral colors in the items for this pack, so it allows you to apply your brand colors without deviating too much from your brand palette. And then that's another example. Right, so without any further delay, let's get started. We are going to create this design in Canva, so I'm going to keep it handy. Just going to put it down there. When you first log into your Canva account, you will see all your designs over here and your available Canva templates across there. My cat is playing with my recording cord. Stop it! So I'm going to work with a Facebook post, which I already have open. You can see it's blank there. I have already uploaded all my images from the challenge pack. Stop it! Pets. I'm going to lock them out. So the first thing we need to do is bring through our background, which is this desktop, wooden desktop. I'm going to lighten it slightly. There we go. Then our focus image for this challenge is this little notepad here with text over the top. So I've pre-created this and I've put the text over it and grouped it already. As you can see, it's grouped. Simply because it's fiddly and it just wastes unnecessary time in the challenge. So you can do that yourself. You can overlay your text. I would suggest overlaying your text on it before you rotate it so that the text is lined up properly with the notepad. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to pull it through onto my page. So that's our start. I think the next image that we need to bring through is the laptop, which is there. that needs to be angled, and I think so. With proportioning and sizing your images, obviously they need to look correctly sized in relation to each other, otherwise your graphic is going to just look odd. So your first image that you put down, you can use it as reference for sizing all the other objects. So I'm going to imagine that this is an A5 size notepad, and then I need to use my imagination, or I can use physical objects if I have them on hand, to size these. So this laptop is a little bit small in ratio to this, so I can make that slightly smaller and this slightly bigger so that the sizes are relative. Okay, let's angle it a bit more. Right, then the next image that we are going to bring through, I think, is the plate. So we're going to do some layering here. So this is a side plate and it's about the same width as a notepad, so that's fine. And there's a donut here somewhere, right? And that goes onto the plate. So ideally you want to group them together so that they work as one object when you need to move them. Just going to pop that there. All right. So this is fairly quick to put together if you've planned it well and you know exactly what you're going to be putting where. The next object is also layered, so I'm going to use this. So I'm going to move that over a bit. This is a plant holder, a candle holder, whatever you want it to be. And I'm going to position it so that the angle of the edge here works in this angle between these two objects, like pieces of a puzzle. That helps your composition work better. That there, and I think we put the pot plants inside it. So we grab that, and if it slightly overlaps on the edges, it just makes it look more real. Pop that in there, and again I am going to group those two so that they become one object and move together. Okay, so those are those. Then we place the smaller objects, which are the mouse. So sort of try and imagine the size that mouse needs to be relative to the laptop. That would be a bit huge. That should be about slightly bigger than that area there. I want to angle it slightly. Then the next image we'll bring through is this. This is our pen, which is about 2/3, should be about 2/3 the length of an A5 of that notepad for it to be correct in proportion. And then lastly, we're going to create a composite image of these paper clips. There's only one paper clip, as you can see, and in the original design we're working from, they're bunched together. The best way to do this in Canva is to work on a separate page and to just copy them, copy that image and move it so it looks like they are bunched in a pile. Let's add one more for fun. There we go. So I'm going to group those. It's easier to group objects like this on a separate page. If I was trying to group these up here, it would try and group other objects near it as well. I don't know if that is actually going to overlay on top. There we go. Sometimes it goes behind the background, which is frustrating. I'm going to shrink those down and pop them over there. And that is basically your design. You can tweak the elements so that they all work together. Move that up a little bit. I don't know where the person's name went, that was in the bottom, but you've got the idea. And then just tweak them to make sure that the proportions are correct and everything is working together. So what you could do with this is, if you're creating a set of designs, maybe you're creating a set of inspirational quotes, you could duplicate this design onto a new page, add a different quote on there, and then move these objects around to different positions. So all your designs look similar, but they're not similar, and people will recognize them straight away as your theme because you've created them like that. Okay, I'm just referring back to my notes quickly. Okay, then you can download your design. I would suggest a PDF for best online quality. If you can hear that noise, it's my cat in the sandbox. Sorry, he's supposed to be behaving today. All right, so download your design as a PNG. Did I say PDF? A PNG, and put that up on your social media platforms as and when you need to. But don't go away just yet, because as promised, there is a second bonus video that comes with this challenge, and that bonus video will take you through the process of creating drop shadows in Canva. It also explains why drop shadows are important and how you can use them in your designs. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope you will go over to do the bonus challenge and share your designs with us using the Digital Flat Lay School hashtag so we can see what you've been up to. And we'll see you again soon. Bye!